Hi guys, welcome back for another episode of Tool Tuesdays with your host Stefan. Today we're going to be talking about drill bits, the different types of drill bits, and usually what they're used for. Obviously drilling, but different techniques with each one, and their speeds that you usually drill the material they're meant for at. So over here on the left we have Forstner Bits. It's similar to a hole saw, but a hole saw has teeth on the outside and just like a normal bit like this in the middle, and it actually cuts a round piece of wood out, where this removes all the material that is in its way. A hole saw, they're alright, but I'd rather use a Forstner bit or something like that. Sometimes, you use a hole saw for a specific use, but I don't use them a whole bunch. So Forstner bits, their cutting head is right here and here, and they also have teeth on the side similar to a saw blade. That's what cuts and removes the material. They're sloped up so that the shavings come up. You get nice shavings with them. I picked up a cheaper set. You can get really expensive with Forstner bits when you go to buy them, but I picked up a cheap set, and it came with a whole bunch of bits from 1/4 inch all the way up to 2 1/8. So that was about $20 at a Harbor Freight, and they've seemed to last pretty well. One thing with Forstner bits, when you're drilling, you want to drill at a slower speed. That is due to not heating up the wood. It makes your edge on your Forstner bit last a lot longer, and when you're drilling harder woods and stuff like that, going at a slower speed, it's able to peel that wood and cut it away instead of making it into a fine dust. Next up we have some wood bits. Now, don't think that the gold and the black and the silver means what it's used for. These are just the bits that I have. These are specifically only for wood and softer materials like a soft plastic or something like that. But they're just your normal standard bit, and you can drill those fast, whatever. It doesn't really matter with these bits. Next we have an all-purpose bit. These can be used for wood, plastic, and metal as well. This one here has a tapered shaft so that it can fit into a drill chuck that is sized for this, or a smaller drill chuck. This is a big bit. I needed it for a specific project. It cost me $20. But when you're drilling metal with any bit, all-purpose or standard metal bit, you want to drill at the lowest speed that you possibly can, because you don't want to heat up that bit, and you don't want to overheat the metal and whatnot. You want to just slowly tear away stuff. It's recommended you use a lubricant with it, if it's some kind of oil, WD-40, or milling oil or drilling oil, anything like that. Just to keep that bit cool, and that cutting edge will make your bits last a lot longer. So just that's a little tip to keep in mind. Drill slower through metal, the slowest possible speed that you can, and it will cut just as quick as if you wanted to just bore through it right away, but your bits will last longer, and you won't have to go out and spend more money because you've drilled through one piece of metal at a high speed, and then you have to go and buy more bits because you did that. Next is some concrete and masonry bits. They're just meant for that. They're usually a harder metal and hold a better edge, meant for drilling into a hard rock or concrete or anything like that. Same thing, slower speed, get better result, longevity out of the bit. And then we have two different countersinks. People always ask on a woodworking thing, what's the best countersink out there, and it all depends on your preference. This one here, the bit in it broke, but This one here gives you that pilot hole plus countersinks at the same time, which is kind of a nice thing. I still have to replace the bit in it, and this one I use a lot because it is sharp and it's good for woodworking. This one here is kind of an all-purpose one that I use. I use it for metal and plastic and wood and stuff like that. And you know, it's just a little different. It's just a single countersink. It doesn't have the drill bit inside of it. So that is it for Drill Bits today on Tool Tuesday. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, and we'll come back and watch some more. Please comment down in the comments down below if you have any videos you'd like to see or any questions you'd like to ask. Please hit the subscribe button. Helps me out, helps me continue to do this. We'll see you next Tuesday, guys. Thank you.